catch these bad guys before the world according to Kelly and Wanda comes on. Freeze! And you can come, and you can come, and you... See you soon.
It's another dark and dreary night looming over this city. Man, this drink just doesn't do it for me anymore. I gotta call the angels, see if they can spark some life into this desperate situation. Angels, you gotta do something.
It's Bob. This must be important. Uh-huh. All right, I'm on my way. These criminals are gonna have to wait. The world, according to Kelly and Wanda, needs me.
So, hey. Wow, I've had a pretty busy day today. I've been, trying to find out some things that are going on in this city and not liking what I'm seeing, eh? So I went over to Hard Knocks there earlier, and then I had to run into Pritis and go to Water's Edge Pub and the border crossing, trying to get some clues and stuff as to what's going on. But, man, you want to lift your spirits? I'll fight for you, okay? I will fight for you. Do they want me to fight? Oh, wow. You can just watch The World According to Kelly and Wanda.
Are we live? We are so live.
Hello.
Look at you, you're scary in the background.
It's the corona.
We have lots to talk about today because these times, always you say, oh, I heard of this person that this happened to. I heard of this person what this happened to. Well, guess what? You got a couple people right here.
That's right.
So tell them the beginning. Tell them what happened, and then I'll tell them what happened to me. Go ahead, Warren.
Yeah. Well, it's a strange world, guys. So let's see. Last Monday, I did the show, as you all know, and I was fine. I was absolutely fine. I went to bed at 10:30. Woke up around, I don't even know, 4 o'clock in the morning, coughing and coughing and coughing and coughing, and my whole entire body muscles were all sore, and my head felt like it was in a vice grip that was being tightened and tightened and tightened, and I was hot and I was cold and I was hot and I was cold, so I couldn't breathe very well. So I got up and I had a hot shower, which obviously opens you up a little bit. So I went back to bed and I slept for, I don't know, maybe another hour, and then I woke up again coughing and coughing and coughing, and so I called the hospital and I asked them what I should do. And they said, well, first step, of course, you got to go get a COVID test. So I went online and I booked the first appointment that was available. So I went in at 10:30 and had the COVID test done. So I had the nasal done and I had the throat swab. The throat swab one was a rapid test. And they said that I should get a call or a text message rather in about 3 hours and around there. So I think it was I don't know, Kelly, it was around 3 o'clock, because I messaged or I called you. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And so I got the big text saying Wanda is positive, and it totally freaked me right out. My first initial reaction was I started crying.
Yeah, of course.
And I
Your
was,
affairs in order.
yeah, and I was
That's
just,
how you think, right? Yeah.
I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed because you don't know what's going to happen next, kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I called my brother and cried to my brother for a while, and he got me kind of settled down. So then I proceeded to I have hair in my eye here. Sorry. So he proceeded to or no, I proceeded to. I'm confused. So what I did is I sat down and I made a list of people and places, and I contacted everybody that I had been in very close proximity with, like Kelly, for example, because Kelly and I work together and we spend a lot of time together. And so like I contacted everybody and I said, like, I don't know how you're feeling, but I tested positive, so you should probably go get tested too, kind of thing. So and then I called the doctor's office, like I did all kinds of phone calls. And then AHS called me, I don't know, it was about an hour after I got the results. And then they proceeded to tell me, you need to contact, all your close contacts, your family, your doctor. And I said, well, I get it all done already. So, but like, I don't know, Kelly, what did you feel like when I contacted you? What was your first initial reaction?
My first thing is, I was grateful that actually you're the only person I saw. So I know that I hadn't gone to the store or anything for a while. And like before I saw you, or after you know what I mean? Before we found out, in between me seeing you and then, I hadn't seen or done anything. I was just at home. So that I was grateful for that. I went and got the test done, but I didn't get the rapid test. They said that because I didn't really have a lot of symptoms that they thought that I could wait 24 hours. That was the longest night ever. My neck was stuck. I was so stressed about it. I was like, I'm walking around the house looking at all my family photos thinking, am I going to die in 2 weeks? Like, that's the first thing you think of. Like, well, because maybe I'm a little more of a hypochondriac than others, but still. Like, you always, I think our first instinct when we were fearful is to go right to the worst possible scenario, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't have much of a cold or anything, but I feel like I know I'm fighting one and I'm just wiped. Like I don't have any energy. Even though my test was negative, I still have a bug. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I got my throat swab test back and that came back within 3 hours. The nasal swab, there's been nothing come back on it yet, and the health nurse, like, they call me every single day to see how you are, and they keep checking, and they said it hasn't even been registered yet, so I have no idea what the nasal swab even said. It's just like, what the hell? And I don't
know about these tests, like, and then they told me I need to isolate, so me and Wanda have been both we're grounded.
We're grounded, yeah. I don't get released until February 27th.
Yeah, that's your release date.
Yeah. But yeah, like the health nurse, like, I mean, they go through this thing with you too. Like they do like a 14-day tracking kind of thing, like where you've been, what you've done, who you've been around. So I did all that with them. And the thing was, like, they basically told me that they figured it was probably around Sunday that they think that I may have picked up the virus. And unfortunately on Sunday, I was in many places. So I was at Walmart, I was at Sobeys, I was at Michael's, I was at Tim Hortons, I was at Dollarama, I was at the gas station. And in saying that, like, I mean, as far as I know, like, I could have even pumped gas into my car, not wearing gloves, pumped gas into my car, got into my car, not thinking, wiped my eye. Because they say any orifice that's open with moisture, right? That's where it can enter your body.
What about you said that from now on, you always wear gloves now. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah. Like, definitely. Like, if I'm out in public now, I will go and purchase a box of gloves. And every store I go into, I will have a fresh set of gloves. If I'm pumping gas, I will have gloves on. Yeah. My brother gave me a good idea, too. Hi, Scott. I don't know if you're watching, but I'm talking about you. But my brother said that what he does is, So I have sanitizer in my car. So when I get in my car, I always sanitize my hands. And my brother said, no, he said, what you need to do is have a bottle of sanitizer in your pocket so that you sanitize your hand before you even take the keys out of your pocket to open your door. And I never thought of that, like you start thinking about all these different things like, oh God, like I should do this now and I should do this. And like, I mean, nurses and doctors and everything, they're wearing those full face shields plus a mask underneath. Should we be wearing goggles too? Like, not just like, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it all. Like the first 3 days was hell. I felt really sick. I felt like I had a really bad flu. And then every day since, it's been different symptoms. It's weird as hell, man. Yeah. But I mean, I was more worried about everybody I've been around than I was myself.
I think that's your first instinct too. Right?
Yeah. Like, I was like, oh my God, I was near Kelly. And oh my God, I was near this person. I was like, oh my God.
You trollop. No.
I know,
My test was negative. I was actually surprised because I haven't felt great all week. It's a good thing I'm isolating. Who knows? Maybe maybe that's why they make you isolate when you come up negative, because then in case
bring Bobby on here.
Maybe their testing is not that accurate. Maybe they've got a 80% accuracy or something, right?
Bring Mr. Bob in here too. Might as well get him into the conversation.
Yeah,
he may have questions. Sorry,
I've got you in the background too.
I don't have it, so
yeah.
What can I say?
But it's funny, because like since I've had this, like initially when I put my first post up about having COVID, I was scared shitless to post it. I thought, oh my God, if I post this, everybody's gonna think that the zombie apocalypse has hit or something. It's just you don't know how people are gonna react to you, and I was scared shitless. But I'm thankful I did, because in doing that, it's prompted a lot of other people that have actually had COVID that I had no idea had it, that have private messaged me and told me that either they had it or their family or somebody in their family. Yeah. And it just amazes me that, and because I've asked some of them, I've said, like, how come you never said anything, out there? And a lot of people have said they're afraid of the stigma that comes with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not funny. Hey.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, this isn't a social disease, guys. This is something that's real. I am fortunate that, I've only contracted mild symptoms, but there's people out there that are so sick. Like, there was a lady that was supposed to come on tonight that was on, I'm not going to mention any names unless they happen to come on and say something tonight. But she was extremely sick, and she still is. And her partner ended up being put into one of the COVID hotels.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's like, it's crazy. It's a scary thing. And the stigma's, it's hard.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, people.
Well, you know what? Wanda and I were talking that the best medicine for, if you know someone that's sick or has it or is waiting for their test results, it's actually, I don't know why, it was actually more until you're there, you feel, because you watch all the news and you just scared of shitless. Right?
Yeah.
Well, so the best thing you could do is give someone compassion. So if you know someone has it, check on them, send them messages. That's a nice thing to do, I think.
Oh yeah. That definitely makes up for it, because I mean, it's bad enough that you've all of a sudden got this stigma on you that, oh my God, you're COVID. Oh my God, you're diseased. Everybody's just like, ah. Mm-hmm. And it's,
I know I was going to unfriend you on Facebook, but
and it's not even that. Like, it's the fact that, like, okay, so here I am for 14 days, absolutely no contact. So my son comes to deliver something to me and drops it on my doorstep, phones me when he's in the driveway.
He goes through your living room window. No.
Right. And I open my door and I see him standing, like, 20 feet away or so. And I've got tears in my eyes, because I'm just like, oh my God, like I can't hug you. I can't, like,
yeah, for sure.
you know, and you feel like if you were to approach those people, they're going to back up on you. You know, it's like, what the fuck? It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. I'm again fortunate because I have neighbors that have been fantastic, and my son, my ex-daughter-in-law, and my son's girlfriend, like everybody's been fantastic with me. You know, I have a lady that leaves me treats every day at 4:00. She'll leave me a treat at the door.
You shouldn't say that because I'm going to come and steal it now.
I know. Well, she'll leave me a treat every day, and she said to me, her name is Lori. Hi, Lori. And she said, if I come tomorrow and that treat is still there, I'm kicking your door in. Right?
Oh, is that her way to see if you're still alive?
Exactly. You know, but so it's like every day at 4:00, I'm like a little dog, and I'm just like, oh, there's a treat.
You know, it doesn't matter how old you are. Treats are awesome.
Yeah.
Right, Bob? How you been this week, Bob? What have you been working on?
How's that?
Hey.
No, it's just there's this I'm done working on an album, and it's like I have to play some guitar. It's like, just because if someday they turn around and say, oh, we're going to do something, it's like I will have to cram for the exam to just remember everything that I played on that album. So one of the things that takes up a little bit of time. Then,
my cousin Tim, that he's a drummer in Toronto, and I was talking to him. We do this family group thing. It looks just like this, but it's a bunch of people that look like me. And we sit, and he said that he plays drums. What's that?
Is that like the Being John Malkovich movie where everybody looks like you?
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways,
he said
he plays drums every day for hours. He says then he goes, he's become a better drummer, and he's like, he went the direction we all wish we did.
Yeah. No, I've got a few things on the go that I have to just hustle. So and music's not one of them anymore. But that's what kind of doing the whole album thing was the priority up until I was done. So
until I was done.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Done. Raked over the coals. Anyway.
Oh no. What?
And now we don't know when it's going to be released because it's all up in the air, with I mean, it'd be, I don't know, it'd be kind of really sad to just do like some kind of Facebook post and say, oh, you can download it here, whoop-de-doo, you know what I mean? Without some kind of an event. But
yeah,
if this keeps going, then
I don't know. I like to just be optimistic and think, it's going to be all right. We just have to, can you imagine, like, you look back into the history, other pandemics, like they didn't have the communication and the technology that we have now. So at least we're in the loop, like, and things can be resolved quicker.
Right. But if
hold up, Barbara's saying hi to you here. I'm going to tap this. There you go. Bonk.
Get her hello. Hey, but I'm not the one that needs love. It's poor Wanda there, who's really stuck on her own. Why doesn't she come on?
Huh?
So, yeah.
She's a busy mom. Like, we're lucky when we get her. She's a busy lady. Yeah. When she wants to come on, she knows the address.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent her the link. Hey, Bob Sharp, I know you're out there watching. I didn't give it to your PC, okay?
Yeah, Bob thought that maybe Wanda gave him COVID through the computer. Just if you're watching just now, that can't happen. We did some research.
It's a different virus.
I don't know if anybody's got any questions out there, though. If anybody does, like, bring them,
Well,
yeah.
You went through something last December.
No, it was a year ago in January. That was actually, now that you bring that up, so a year ago, January, I was extremely sick, and I thought I had pneumonia. Like, it was so bad. I did not go to the doctors or the hospital or anything. But so when I was talking to the health nurse about this COVID thing, I mentioned it to her and I said, like, is it possible that I had contracted COVID then? And she said that there was a lot of people December, January, February before the announcement that they think definitely had COVID. Right. And if that was the case, there was a possibility that my body may have built some immunity. So in saying that, that could be why I only have mild symptoms, right? Oh, Lori Knight, yes, I can taste my food, Lori, and I can smell. I didn't lose either one of those.
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, because I had chili. You know what my son said? Did I tell you what my son said about that? Because I said, what if what if I have it? And he goes, well, can you smell your farts? If you can, you're good.
But yeah, so yeah, back to you, Bob, there. I know there was a lot of people that were sick a year ago. It was a year ago. So it would have been 2019, December, and then January and February in 2020, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And y'all got over it.
Well, I think I was sick for about 2 weeks where I wasn't hardly out of my bed. And then all in total, it probably took about 2 months for even the cough to go away. It was really, really bad.
That is without any knowledge of what it is,
exactly
how to combat it, and any medicine of any kind. This is like you running the course, Darwinian.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. I drank a lot of hot water and lemon and ginger back then.
Ginger tea is the thing.
Yeah.
So
I just eat a big spoon of garlic and drink that ginger tea. That's it.
Right. But now you have an added knowledge about one of the things that really shocked me was how they put the news that was circulating, as much as they nobody touched upon the kind of prevention that was outside of putting yourself in a bubble, right? So it was the mask and the gloves and the this and the that. But what can you do to have a stronger immune system to begin with? And it didn't take too long. It took about till April where finally they were able to say, oh, look at that. Only 4% of the people that got sick actually have sufficient levels of vitamin D. Everybody else did, right? And the vitamin D is a tricky thing because it's something that you would get naturally in the South if you're outside a lot, right? Because it's basically sunshine, right? It's
right.
Whatever your body converts from sunshine. Unfortunately, a lot of the city folk and throughout the winter don't get out much, and if they do, it's very little exposed skin because it's freaking cold, right? So the vitamin D deficiency was a huge, and ever since I found out about that, I'm still waiting for somebody to say it from a official standpoint. Is okay, reinforce yourself with
no, we're talking about COVID, not politics today.
But you know what?
I know, nobody said it. Nobody said it.
Yeah, I know.
All that information comes from other sources that are not directing the same way, right? And that's really sad that it just hasn't been picked up, because that could have fortified in a prevention way. It's always better to have maybe a bunch of people sick but mildly than overflow the ICU beds, which is what they were really concerned about.
Yeah.
So
well, I know myself.
What are you on now, basically? What are you doing?
What am I doing? Well, what I do is I take B12, D, C, oil of oregano, omega-3, my vitamin D I've tripled up on, kind of thing. Again, I'm back to boiled lemons with ginger in it and honey, right? When I have coughing fits, I go into the shower and I have the hottest freaking shower I can have to just steam out my lungs, and that does help. My doctor did call me the first day I was diagnosed, and she had a inhaler sent to me just in case. I haven't used it.
Right.
you know, nighttime is obviously the worst, but I think it always is with any sickness, right? Like, you know, your body's just kind of done for the day. So you kind of go downhill kind of thing. So I find that like that's a lot of the coughing. I get the sweats a lot, like, but I don't know if I have a fever because I don't have a thermometer. I'm just assuming, you know, but I mean, I've gone through so many different things, like from headaches to cough to heavy chest to like today, my energy level today. I talked to Kelly this morning. I got up at 8. We talked at about 10:30. And then I was like, oh my God, I got off and I was just like, I was so fucking tired. And I was like, why do I feel like this? So I went, laid down and I slept till 3 o'clock. And then I woke up thinking, what the fuck, you know? But I'm also a pusher. So when I do feel good,
A pusher. Hey,
I am with myself, right? Because when I do feel good, I think, oh my God, okay, I got to get this stuff done. And I've got like maybe 3 hours that I'm going to feel okay. So I rip my living room apart and sanitize and sterilize it all. Not that it's going to make any difference, but that's what I do, right? And then, you know, an hour later, I'm like, oh my God, I think I killed myself, right?
But do you think like sanitizing is really the way to go? Like we can't, you know what I mean? We can't look at saying, okay, we're you know how when you walk into a hospital, you can smell it in the air, everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you can't create.
well, you can't smell it if you have COVID.
Yeah.
Not true.
It's like
I'm
it's
kidding.
like
I'm
it's just something that we have to build our immunity against and
Yeah, that's exactly it.
sadly I think as a population we're kind of weakening that way because we've already crested a few milestones with like and yeah, like there's some people that have been so treated with so many antibiotics that none of them work anymore, right?
Yeah.
And now and so when stuff happens to them, they're completely at a loss because whatever they're fighting mutates a lot faster than what they can come out with the thing. So hopefully that's a bit of a wake up too. Like we just got to be able to pull back on that. And I know it's been a topic way before COVID where doctors have realized that you got to slow down on the antibiotic treatments because people get completely immune to them in the sense that it just doesn't work anymore. And then
for sure.
right?
My dad had MS, and he went through by the end, he was out of antibiotics.
Right.
So once his body can get an infection, that was it. That was the end of him.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
So he had gotten to the last level. So you can just imagine, right? Yeah. I always try and fight it out. I don't go to the doctor till things are the wrong color.
Yeah, me too.
That's what a thing to say. Oh yeah, I'm a lady. Oh my goodness. So
now, are you finding well, I guess you're not finding that anything's working in particular except for the sleep, I guess. But
rest and cleaning.
Rest and cleaning up. I know, I get it in my head. I'm gonna sanitize everything in the house. I'm gonna kill this motherfucking thing if it sorry, I didn't mean to swear.
no, well still no
COVID made you do it.
I don't like that's not gonna help.
No, it's not going to help. It's going to help me here though, because like you honestly like this. Okay. So we've all had isolation. We all had lockdown where we're not allowed. But when you're told that, okay, you're in your house now for the next 14 days, you don't go out your door. You don't get in your car. You don't, you know, and it, some days it gets in your head and you're like, oh my God, I'm not going to let them control me. I'm not going to let them stifle me like this, you know? And it's just like, and the fact that, like I said, like when my son comes to bring me something and I have to stand at the door while he's 20 feet away from me, I mean, It breaks my heart, you know, like just that physical contact that you have with people, whether it be hugging them or whether it be just standing beside them, having a conversation. And when you get that in your head that you can't do that, you know, you can't do that. Like you start thinking like, are they watching me? Do they know if I go at my door? You know, like it's fucked up. It really is how your brain starts working.
Can you hear a drone?
They are watching you as you travel.
Everywhere you go, there's a drone behind you.
Well, you know, like you think like, okay, so they text messages me and they, you know, I got this big thing saying, Wanda, you have tested positive, blah, blah, blah. So right there, I'm going to get into this. Sorry, Kelly. So right there, I'm like, my brain starts saying, oh my God, they have my cell now.
Yep.
So they can track me and they'll know if I go to the gas station.
Well, better leave your phone at home.
Didn't you have 3? Didn't you have like 2 or 3 different cell phones?
I do. But it's weird because like this is what your mind does to you. It's what your mind does to you. And you know, like, I mean, we see so many things on here, like on YouTube and on TV, and there's so many theories, and you just don't know what to believe. So, you know, like, I'm just trying to do my best to get better and to keep my mind in one place and understand that, you know what, on the 27th, I'm free. That's another thing too that I'm going to bring up. So I asked them and I said, so on the 27th, like when I'm supposedly clear of COVID, do I go back in and get a COVID test? And they said no. And I said, what do you mean? Like, don't I have to come in and get a test to say I'm negative? And she said, no, you don't, because the COVID, I don't know what you want, the virus, I guess, it would actually stay in your body for like 3 months or more. So you will continually test positive.
Yeah, exactly. And that's that PCR test is a great invention, but it's being somewhat misapplied, and there's something that nobody talks about. So what it does in very simple terms is that it magnifies a little tiny portion X amount of times.
Yeah.
And
it's like 40 to 50% or something, isn't it?
40 to 50 times.
Times. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Well, you can do it as many times as you want. The thing is, if you've had a little flu a few years back, you magnify it enough times, you cycle it enough times, there's a little bit of there's a strain that matches a strain, like a little tiny portion of a strain, of a DNA strain that matches a marker that is found in coronavirus, but not just coronavirus, right?
Right. Yeah.
So there's no standard on how many times they cycle it. So let's say you're in charge of your own test. You can say, well, I don't feel like testing positive today, so you just cycle it 20 times.
Right.
You feel like, you know, and it's like, I want to make sure that this person doesn't come to my door ever again. You'll cycle them 50 times. They'll test positive, go through the whole rigmarole.
Yeah.
It's not made for that, but unfortunately, they just gravitated around that and said, okay, we're going to use this to, and that's why they do the swab, because like the swab is much more detailed, right? The first one's like, oh, you possibly can be, right? But not definitely. And that's the thing, that the nuance is not there anymore. It's like, oh, you tested positive. No, I tested possibly positive, not definitely.
Well, I'm possibly negative.
Yeah, you are possibly negative.
No, that's
how come I have all the same things she has?
Well, because again, it's not the only game in town, and before coronavirus, we felt like that anyway when we got sick with something else.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know.
Well, me and Wanda were holding hands and skipping through meadows. So.
Right.
You know, it's funny too, though.
You're frolicking.
Since this has happened to me, like I said, like I've been getting lots of private messages from other people and stuff. And I had a conversation with somebody the other day that lives in I don't know what you would call it. So
location.
well, they live in like these units that would be I don't know. I'll use the example. It's like a senior's condo apartment building. Right. Okay, we'll use that as an example. So, but this person was telling me that every time they leave their apartments, they get tested. Every single time they leave their apartment, they get tested. Like, I don't know, man. It's just like it's crazy. It's sometimes it's like they want to find it. I don't know.
No, not necessarily. Well, yes, in a social safety sense.
No, they just don't want you to leave.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Yeah, it's accrued too. Like, we'll look back on this, we'll just say like that was a hammer to find something really, a needle in a haystack kind of tool.
Yeah.
And I wish they were just a little more nuanced with that, because like it's then people wouldn't be so panicked about like, okay, I got whatever. And
panic is a good word too, because that's what I did when I got that text that I was positive. My heart just went, and fucking blew my mind. Like, it blew my mind.
I was so stressed about it too, as well. Just that my neck stuck. Like, when you get stressed, sometimes you get a stuck neck. You wake up with your neck stuck.
Well, and there's been other people that were around me too that have also like messaged me and have gone in and got the test because they've been concerned or worried, and because that's what it is. It's like as soon as you hear that somebody has COVID, it's frightening because of media. Because of media and the way they've really pushed it, again, I'm thankful that I've gone through mild symptoms.
Yeah.
I'm really thankful about that. But I know others now that I've spoken with recently that didn't have mild symptoms. I know a couple that, ended up on a respirator for months, and he was okay. What was that, Bob?
Well, neither did you the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
But like there's definitely a stigma attached to it, and I don't like that. And of course, like Kelly said earlier, to everybody, like the one thing when somebody, if they contact you and they're positive and they're letting you know, show compassion, man. Like, honestly, like, give them your heart, because it's a scary place to be. Like, you wake up every day and you're like, okay, what am I going to experience today? I've
collectively toned down the fear mongering that's been happening.
Yeah. We all have the same. We're all thinking the same thing. We're all even though we think like in the beginning, like, but as time went on, I'm telling you, I don't know why, but when I go to the grocery store, my biggest concern is seniors. I steer clear of anyone I think looks of risk, even though I'm well, right? And I can't believe how I sometimes have to run away from them because they keep. I'm like, I want to give them heck. I want to say, stay away from people.
Oh my God! Like, it's been so long since I've been trying to figure out your behavior. Every time I come up to you, you'd be like running away, and I was like, "What the hell's going on with Kelly?"
Are you calling yourself a senior?
Well, I'm just saying. I feel like I've been categorized.
What? I just try to protect. No, I try and protect everyone because I don't want to. Just like Wanda. Wanda always wore her mask at work and stuff. It's not like we're horking at each other. Like, we have our masks on all the time. I use a shield, and a shield and a sword.
Is there anybody out there watching that wants to come on and get into this conversation? Like,
or even
out of curiosity, or anybody that has had COVID that would like to share their experience with us?
Yeah,
just curious.
Or anyone that has something interesting to tell us.
Replace somebody. Replace me that hasn't.
What? Yeah, but you got three people. Like, okay, so
with different experiences.
Story about a girl named Wanda. She was tested positive for COVID. Then there's Kelly. She tested negative, but she's still sick. Like she is. Then there's Bob. He's such a knob.
Right. It's good because, like, I mean, there's my perspective, Kelly's perspective, and your perspective. I can't even talk now. But
that's all, folks.
Right?
I know. I'm glad that we can be there together, Wanda. And my biggest concern, as soon as you told me, was to get tested and protect people. Because there's, that's the one thing you want to do your part. If you staying home is going to protect someone,
That's right. Yeah.
What if we all have our theories and of what we think it is, but I'm telling you, just in case we have to stay home. In case.
Oh yeah, be diligent, man, on all of it. Scott Robichaud says that there's only 7 cases in Nova Scotia.
Well, they're very far apart and they stay home.
No.
Well,
I mean, there's still places on lockdown too, right? Like Quebec and Toronto, and there's still
like there's some places that have a curfew.
Yeah, I think Quebec has a curfew.
Yeah, that'll teach them,
Yeah, I don't know. I know Katie's going to school.
Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think they have a curfew of 8 o'clock or something.
Right.
And I think in Toronto,
it's a lot of sense, right?
And I think in Toronto, there's like, it's quadrant. You can shop in your quadrant, or you're only allowed so many miles or whatever kilometers from your house.
Honestly, I don't leave my quadrant very often, anyways.
Yeah.
Unless
Oh, Crystal Dawn says,
I don't know why I like being at my home, but let's just take a break. Let's do something awesome that we are excited about. One thing I'm excited about is March 20th is the first day of spring.
21st?
20th. I thought I looked on the calendar. I was sure it was 20. It said 20th. I'm telling you, I'm counting around.
I thought those days were all on the 21st for some reason, but I guess
I'm actually starting a 6-week 6-pack thing. So if you want a 6-pack in 6 weeks, you got to do 5 workouts with me Monday to Friday, right? 5 workouts. Right. And you have to you have to follow my nutritional guidelines, and believe me, there's lots of room for fun and cheating. You don't feel bad, but 6 weeks done, 6-pack, click, and then you'll be all and everyone will be like, I should have started sooner. Now it's nice out, and I want to work out now. But we started, right?
If you're home and you got lots of time, do it.
Yeah, it's online. It's not like I'm going to come over and kick your ass as much as I'd like to. I'm not going.
Oh, TL. I got it. TL, I just seen your message. I just said, yeah, looking good. Lots of makeup.
Wanda, actually, there's the coroner sent their makeup artist over to cover Wanda's face.
I was looking like death.
Yeah. She told me she's got a lot of layers on. She used that putty knife.
Oh, Michelle said that she's had the COVID test done 4 times, all negative. And 3 of them she was actually sick.
That's good to hear. This is what we want. We all want to come together and tell each other stuff. So, because who wants to, I appreciate the news is trying to keep us informed, but they're only giving us what other people are giving them.
Yeah.
So really, it's nice to have people that we've all experienced it. Let's tell each other all the secrets. All of a sudden, we go off air.
Somebody stopped us.
Okay, so I said something I'm so excited about is spring, because I'm going to have a 6-pack and I'm going to look so good in that canoe this year. In fact, me and John are thinking, if anyone wants to give any advice, we want to get, we're thinking, he sent me a picture. I should show you guys. And it's a kayak, a single person kayak plus a board. So you can use it for a board and a kayak. And we're going to do that. Excited with my 6-pack.
Are you going to film it?
Yeah. You want to come? And we're buying 2. So when he's out of town, the lake I like to go to is Glacier. So if you fall in, you better be a good swimmer.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
John, I had to save him.
I got fooled in California that way, for sure. It was like a 30 plus day up in the northern mountains. And I get to this little tiny lake that has, I don't know, it was maybe like 10 feet deep. And and 50 feet wide. That's how small it was. But it had a sandy bottom, right? So it looks like blue, emerald green. Oh man, I'm going in. It was glacier water. Apparently, I dove in, but I came out faster than I went in. It was like, wow. But it was a 30 plus.
Did you bring a turtle with you when you came out?
Nope. Dodo's up in the mountains. No turtles up there. Why? I'm talking about a post turtle?
What kind of turtle? How old was the turtle? Bob was telling us something earlier and neither of us caught on. What was that you were saying?
About your computer freezing.
I said my computer keeps freezing and he goes, well, it's warmed up now. Bob, maybe you should show us that video. Didn't you make a video? Well, tell us, kind of lead in. Tell us what it's about anyway.
Well, sadly, you wanted some good news. This is not some good news in the sense because it's remembering someone that passed away that used to be in Calgary. That was probably one of Canada's unsung heroes as far as one of the greatest drummers around. And I had the pleasure to work with him. Well, to be able to play with him. But for those who do remember, Doris Maxwell was here. He was playing with. His biggest thing was the fact that in London, when Jimi Hendrix was being discovered, because Jimmy went over there, and that's when he went put his band together and started playing live, and that's when suddenly all the British cats like the Jeff Beck, Clapton, Jimmy Page, and all that were like, "What the hell is this?" Right? So apparently, Doris was there playing with. He'll say it in the story, but Jimmy asked him to be part of his band, and he was like, "Well, I'm kind of signed and all that." But he was that good of a drummer back in the day, right? And sadly for him, I mean, he did a bunch of work with Heart. He also lately worked on a couple of years ago. He did some work with Kevin Townsend. What's his name? Devin Townsend. Anyway,
We had the right sound.
yeah, it was the right sound. But it's just one of those uber talents that somehow it doesn't always just like they don't get like Britney Spears gets, and it's so sad because they totally deserve it. Anyway, so I found a little bit of he passed away in January of this year,
Right.
out in Vancouver, where he was still working as a drummer. And so for those who remember him being in Calgary, which would have been like up till 5-6 years ago, I have
You have a video?
I put together a collection of things that I was able to find on the net, an interview and all that. So I put that.
Suck it in like a vacuum.
Let me
that video in. Where's my straw?
Whoop. Okay. So
it's okay. We can just chat while you're getting ready. It's no secret what you're doing.
It's ready, but I have to do the share screen.
Share screen, and then I'll post it up, and then you can hit play, and then we'll be up. I'm just waiting to see it for it to show up.
I started when I was about 3.5.
Bob, you can pause it and wait if you want.
All right. Is it ready?
No, I don't see it anywhere. You got to share.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah. You see it yet?
Nope. I'd tell you the truth, man.
Okay, well, I think it's shared.
No, okay. So no, I don't see it at all. Like it shows up in my green room. Keep trying.
Oh, look, I can do application window. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah. There you are. There you have it. See?
All right. So here it is, an homage to Doris Maxwell, one of Canada's greatest drummers, that didn't get noticed as much as he should have.
Bizarre as it might sound, I started playing when I was about 3.5. The neighborhood that I grew up in was a lot of excitement about the conclusion of World War II. Yes, folks, I'm that old. There was a lot of parades and so forth, so I was really impressed with the marching drummers. And I had a gentleman friend across the street who took an interest in my music and so forth, and would take me to Shriners band practices and so forth. So I came up with like a military background. That's why, and I still play traditional grip, only it's in reverse position to this day, I guess, as a result of the military background. I've played in a number of different groups. I'm not impressed with a lot of the name dropping that would go along with it. I suppose some of it would be Heart would be a group that some people would know about. But basically, I just simply enjoyed the fact that I could play it all to whatever extent. I've been blessed with the fact that I have the capacity to express some pretty intense feelings in a creative fashion.
Do you find that these feelings come out the same in all idioms of music? You've played jazz and rhythm and blues.
Well, there's different types of feelings that you can get across in different types of music, I expect. I just happen to have been enchanted with rhythm and blues from the time I was about, I guess, 13 or 14. I saw Tommy Chong and Wes Henderson and the guys who they call themselves the Calgary Shades. And I was playing in a cowboy band at the time, if you can believe it. And also doing drum solos. And when I heard the kind of stuff that they were playing, which was derived from B.B. King and a number of other traditional blues artists, I was hooked completely at that point. And even though at that time in Vancouver it was in vogue to become a jazz drummer, and the big goal was to play in a 16-piece jazz band, to me it was a really clinical and I don't know, there was a lack of feeling to me. And I'm not saying that's how the music is, it's just my feeling about it. And since it was my musical life and my choice what to do with it, I just felt that it was really clinical music, and I didn't really see there was much spot in it for me. And especially, like the high tempo, the real up tempo, screaming, psychotic stuff. I personally to this day don't care if I ever hear again. But rhythm and blues, it was a really honest, primal sort of feeling, and it had shades of spiritual gospel music involved, and there were things that I could relate to, and I liked the tones of the instruments and the inversions and so forth, and just the feels of the stuff, and I still do. I'm still doing it now.
What role do you feel a drummer should play in today's rhythm and blues band?
Basically, if you can't make the thing feel like something, it has to feel tremendous. You have to have a capacity to have a repeatable action to the extent that you can lay down an absolutely mesmerizing feel. And the less you get in its way, in other words, the less crap you play on top of it and fills and so forth, the better usually. And knowing how to put the right touch at the right time is a higher art than being able to combine 100,000 notes over the course of an evening. And just being able to play really good time really well is something that is so difficult that I think a younger player usually can't even comprehend it. And older players are continually having to remind themselves that being able to play simply and with the right balance in between the bass drum, the snare drum, the hat, and all your cymbals and whatever, everything reading out to basically the same intensity, and to have the thing flowing, and to be musical, and to know how to set verses and choruses up, and to really listen and not get preoccupied with your own trip, to relate to the other people musically. That's something that you'll perfect for the rest of your life. The intensity for me has been an automatic situation. And I've had students that I've taught that have picked up on that intensity also, and they've been wondering how that they can refine it in themselves. And basically, I've told all of them to go into some sort of a martial art program, and not to the extent where you have to start beating your hands up or whatever. I'm talking about the pure principle of being able to discipline your mind and to really come to terms with your own concentration. I'm Doris Maxwell. I drum. Therefore, I am. wondering if I still have it, you haven't earned the right to ask me the question. Fuck off. Having the talent isn't the end of the story, it's the beginning of it. It's just a journey. And although it may not sound like it, I'm being asked questions and I'm responding honestly. I don't have a script. You ask me, I'll you have the nerve to ask, I'll tell you what I think. Trust me. People in one night than I have in my entire career, and I've been working these stinking joints since I was 11. The Speakeasy or the Marquee in London, England in 1968. I was there with Bobby Keller and the Vancouvers. Jimmy used to play with Bobby. So Jimmy heard we were in town, sat in, played bass, not guitar, flipped it over constantly for the whole time that he was playing. And when we were finished the set, he followed me into the corner, which is my trick. I always find the darkest, quietest corner in the place I'm working. And he asked me to join his band. I was brought up to honor the contracts that you signed. You don't better deal people 5 minutes later. I was signed to Motown, so I told him that, so that was that. In hindsight, Motown could have cared less about me probably, and I should have done it, and who knows what would have happened. But of course, Jimmy was dead at 27, and I think anybody might be flattering themselves to think that they could handle the kind of success he had. Who knows, you know? It was a pretty cool stamp of approval. I mean, if you needed your parking validated by anybody as a player, I think getting it stamped by Jimi Hendrix pretty well takes care of that. I played the Mama Let Him Play, the first two-set album 12 weeks after I had my hand operated on. I broke my left hand in a car accident. And if you remember the all those accents, I saw stars. Because my hand was still, fresh out of physio. I had a crock pot of warm water on the left side of my kit that I dipped my hand into between takes. Powder Blues is still making money to this day on a groove that I had a hell of a lot to do with. Somebody asked me when I'm having a good time in the music business. I said, well, my sticks are moving. Robbie King and I were the musical blood that ran through each other's veins for over 40 years. I loved Robbie dearly. I think just about everybody who ever knew Robbie did. But Robbie and I had a very special relationship in terms of creating some incredible music. We were in a number of bands together, did a lot of session work together. A lot of the older section players in Vancouver still are laughing about some of the stuff that went down between Robbie and I. Had some of the best laughs I've ever had. Played some of the greatest music I've ever played with him. Tragic loss. Miss him every day. Big inspiration was Tony Williams. Brilliant. I think he was 16 or 17 when Miles figured out that he was the guy that should be playing drums for him. Maybe I'm an old soul. Maybe I'm an old warrior.
Hey,
Hey.
how's it going?
Yeah,
Don't forget to hit stop or you're going to get a bunch of
sharing. Yeah, exactly. All right. Anyway, so the soundtrack during the first interview was him on Johnny V's album, who's another incredible musician that passed away not too long ago. Well, a couple of years ago. Anyway, from Calgary. His work on that album is phenomenal. If anybody, well, all of them. Anyway, Johnny V was able to pull in some heavy cats. Then, of course, Doris played with the Powder Blues Band. He alluded to that with his part with it, but for a long time. And that band is still going on. Doucette, he was there with his, he was their part. That's when he broke his hand.
Right.
And at the very
knew the
end,
guitar player from Doucette.
what?
I knew one of the guitar players from. He wasn't the one on the album, but he's definitely the one that toured with Doucette and played guitar. Yeah. And
then the last clip was from Guy Chapeau and Sci-Fi Band that was here in Calgary with Brian Sovereign on bass and Dave Curry on guitar, which most of us probably would know. Dave Curry, of course, is down in Ontario now, and Brian's still around. And Guy is anyway. So there's for anybody who's interested in listening to some recordings that that's on there.
That COVID picture of Wanda behind you is creep. Is the picture look like Halloween? Eh? Yeah, her purple eyes. Eh?
Yeah.
She's just taking a break. She had to go and she had to go to the Max store. No, just kidding.
Go spread some love.
She had to go to Max, Walmart. Where else do you have to go, Wanda?
Anyway.
Let's ask Wanda. Wanda.
I have to spread the love.
Yeah, I know. Spread the love. Share the love. That's the motto of was the motto of Red Lobster or the company that owned that. They owned Red Lobster and Olive Garden, the same company, right?
I gotta say hi to somebody. I gotta say hi to William. Willie.
Hi, William.
He said, "Aye."
That's my other son.
Yeah. Or maybe he didn't say "aye." Maybe I threw that in. Maybe he just said "I," like "I captain."
But I still don't see any questions about COVID, so I guess everybody's.
No, I guess no one. I guess we answered them all.
Well, that or the fact that we're exhausted from the topic.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. I thought it would be nice to hear from someone you knew.
Right.
So that if you want to know about it, right? I thought
I think that goes back to that stigma. You know, people are just afraid to talk about it. Look at I got private messages from people that never put it on Facebook. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We had to come on, even though, there's stuff going on in our lives. We want to be here for you and make you laugh, hopefully, or I don't know, tell you something you don't know or entertain you.
Kelly. Take it away.
Take what away?
He said, well, maybe make you laugh or something. I was like, go for it.
Yeah, I'll try. Try to think of something funny.
Yeah. Well, besides that, we all have to somehow get through it, right?
Bob said he can't figure it out.
Oh,
Hey, by the way, Bob Sharp is kind of got a hold of me and says like he's kind of working on. I'm hoping we can have him on one day to have some comedy going.
he can't figure out how to get on here. I tried to get him on here.
That's all right.
Yeah, well, that's because he's in a phone booth.
Yeah.
Why is he in a phone booth?
He needs
There's no such thing as a phone booth anymore.
tutor him on here.
Part of the comedy.
Click on the link.
Are there still phone booths? Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
No. Is there?
Where? I like probably 7-Eleven has them, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Is the handle
Crack
still
back.
on there?
You know, back to what you were saying early on, a lot of people don't want to be on the grid that way. Right?
Yeah, true that. I just did it because I want to make sure I don't. I just wanted to do my part to not infect the whole planet. You know, I wouldn't have had a good reason to not go to work. I guess.
Right.
Uh-oh.
But we're yeah.
We're what?
We're all in a different.
Yes,
We're all in a different region and all that. It would where the density of the illness and is different, right? So
yeah.
Some people are living somewhat of a normalcy more than others, right?
Yeah, like I don't think for the most part, I think we're okay. Like
So something to be grateful
I
for.
really miss music, but what do you do? You know?
Yeah. At the same time, you're not stuck in a tiny apartment.
No, I have a house, so I'm lucky. Yeah. And
Be grateful for.
very dirty house, apparently. Well, not anymore.
Wanda. He needs to be.
No. I've been when you're home like this, and like you can only watch so many things on TV or do certain things so much, and then I just started cleaning. Like you wonder we're laughing because all the stuff she like she's sick and she's shampooing her freaking carpets. Like what the hell, Wanda?
I told you I was trying to fight the virus, man. We were having a war in my house. I was like sterilizing everything and washing everything.
I put a new roof on the house.
Okay, so think about this. You could be part of the parallel economy of all the people that have reached out to you and said, oh yeah, they got sick and everything else. So there's the ones who are afraid on one side who haven't gotten sick yet. And then there's the ones who already passed it on the other side. And it's like, as if the world needs more division as it stands.
True. It's true.
Yeah. You kind of it's like, did you have COVID? Yes. Okay. Well, then you can come to my house and clean my place because I've had it too. But if you didn't have it, you know what I mean? Like somebody wouldn't.
You're like a COVID club?
Yeah, exactly.
COVID club.
You have to show your membership.
We miss you too, Lisa. Lisa says she misses us all.
We're right here.
Yeah, that's okay. We're gonna when we get together, isn't it gonna be fun though? Hey, like it'll make us appreciate everyone that you haven't seen in a while. You're gonna savor them more because sometimes we all work as musicians and come to each other's jams and see each other all the time. And although we really enjoy each other's company, when we get back together, we're just gonna savor it that much more.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
I wonder how many, like, what kind of reaction I'm going to get from people. This has actually been playing on my mind. I'm wondering how people are going to react to me when I'm free.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
I'm curious. I'm really curious. Are they going to step back? Oh, God, she had COVID? Or are they going to hug me? Or are they going to stand beside me?
Is that Saturday or is that Friday? What day is that?
You already had it. So
yeah.
All that has already happened between the last time you had it and now.
Right?
So nobody should be freaking out.
Yeah, but this time it was like it's documented.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, is that like sitting down makes it go over your head? No.
Right? No, you just got to shampoo your carpets.
Look at Lisa said. She says, "We will love you. Screw the rest." That's what
Thank
got us
you.
COVID in the first place. No, just kidding. You're starting a COVID whorehouse. If you got
No,
COVID,
but look, from a purely biological evolutionary standpoint, we all have to get it sooner or later. Right?
yeah.
Oh, definitely. I think it's definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I think I'm one of the many that thinks they had it before the first time, and then because I was gonna call in sick to work, and they said, "Oh yeah, we're closed. Don't bother coming in." I was like, "Phew!" I was sick for 3 weeks with that one. That was a rough one. This one, I feel like it comes and goes. Like I feel okay, and then I go do like Wanda. I'll go shampoo my carpets or paint my house or something ridiculous that we shouldn't be doing, and then I'm wiped again for a bit. But yeah,
Well, I think that's what happens to me.
for me,
wear myself out.
the hardest part of the whole thing, I can handle being sick, is the unknown. Right?
Yeah.
Where is this going?
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
you
I-
mean since the 2 weeks to flatten the curve that happened a year ago?
But a year ago, it didn't. You don't really think you had it. I thought it. Well, I thought I had it because the girl I worked with, she came back before the whole stigma or the release of any, like, it started getting serious. She had just come back from Mexico. And then she was really sick, and she just came to work anyways because she didn't want to. Because she just took a week off, right? So she came to work sick, but she's like 21, so she didn't care. I thought, yep, I knew. I watched, but in a way, we all got it. Everyone kind of got sick and flu bugs and whatever, and then we closed down, so no one got to really spread it. Like it was right before it got released. We're closing down, like about 3 weeks before.
It got spread anyway. Otherwise, we still wouldn't be trying to close down.
I get that attitude, Bob. What we're trying to do is isolate so that our frontline hospital and care workers are not so tired that things get slipped through the cracks.
Overwhelmed, yeah.
We're trying to control the release of it so that our hospitals don't shut down.
So everybody stand in line and get sick one at a time, not everybody at once.
Yeah, and that's all right too. And the longer we can kind of hold it off, the more they can learn about it and study it and
That's kind of done already. The results are in.
The results are in, and Wanda's stooped. Wanda. But I'm glad Wanda had you to talk to you through it because, like, and still goes. Like, if say you take a turn for the worse, I'll phone me. I don't care. I'm coming. I'll wrap myself in saran wrap and I'll come and get you. Of course,
that's what my son said too. He says, "I'll get there before the ambulance, Mom."
Yeah, I'll smother to death on the way there. It's like wrapped in saran wrap.
I don't know. It's like props to all the care workers out there, though. Like seriously, like the hospitals.
One of my clients is a nurse. Okay, and when I had to tell all my clients because I had to tell them I was being tested, but I took a week off, and that's my online work. I took a week off because I was so wiped. I knew my body was struggling and fighting something, and she said it gave me comfort because she's a nurse and she's had that test, a close call, like been in contact with someone with COVID 3 times. So she had went through it 3 times. So she was sick. It'll be okay. You'll be fine. And it was nice to hear that,
Yeah.
She'd gone through it a few times and she was always negative. She said that also a friend of hers had it, but her husband and son didn't get it.
Right.
Yeah, there's been weird scenarios like some of those private messages that I've gotten, like a family has gotten it and one person in the family doesn't get it.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess it's just all our bodies. And
yeah, let's just make the best of what we can and try and become better versions of ourselves. So when the unveiling comes out, we're going to be fabulous. Be like, holy crap, did you see Kelly's six-pack she did in 6 weeks? Ask her about it. Send her a message. Join in. You could have a six-pack too. Cha. Self-promote.
Oh, yeah, where's the corporate sponsorship there, Kelly? Do you have that?
Yeah, this was brought to you by. Wait, hang on. I'll tell. This is gonna be funny. Wait. La la la.
Are you, Wanda? Are you kind of relieved or what? Like, are you to the point where you're kind of relieved that like slowly it's getting behind you?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
You're not out of the woods, but
I want out of this prison.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay.
what? Oh, that.
You know what's funny is my friend said that she sends this to her sister in Texas, and they just think these commercials are crazy. Look, Wanda, it's you. I'm kidding. You know I love you.
Who's in Texas?
Oops, I hit the wrong button. Sorry. My friend's sisters, both live in Texas. They're both nurses too.
And did you hear from like the situation that they just went through?
No, because she.
Oh, you mean with the storm? Yeah, I've been seeing some videos about that where the snow won't even melt. Have you seen that?
Well, yeah.
Weird.
Like I see that right outside my window. I don't have to go to Texas for that. But the fact that it happened over there, yes, is unusual.
Yeah, but no, like I've been watching these videos that people are showing from Texas, and they're like bringing snowballs in the house and putting it on a wood stove, and it takes a while for it to melt down. Then when it melts down, there's like a brown substance that's left.
That's COVID.
Oh. Like what the hell is that?
It's COVID juice.
I don't know, but I know like having lived there, it would be tough. It would be tough to like deal with that kind of cold.
And their ceilings are all caving in, and
well, it's because the pipes are freezing. Right?
It's like holy shit, man.
Like you don't have enough. Well, how? And then you got to deal with like losing your safe space. Shit. Like in this time, at least we're in our little clubhouses that we made for ourselves that we like to hide.
We've got the clothes to go outside and deal with that kind of weather, right? So if you lose power for a day, you're still not like gonna die in your sleep like that. Poor little.
I'm good. I got a wood stove.
I got a generator.
Like there's a little boy that died in his sleep.
Yeah.
Frozen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about sunshine again.
Well, they're getting it now, but the point is, you were just saying Texas, and I was like, oh yeah,
I didn't. She told me this a couple days ago, so
right,
yeah, because
that is very
my friend. She's married to my cousin, and they met because she's my friend or whatever. But
our world is going to hell in a handbag.
She's your friend or whatever. What does that mean? She's your friend or whatever.
I don't know. Blah blah blah. But right now she's laid up in bed with she had foot surgery and they had to break her foot. Ow.
Yeah.
So I check in on her too, but I can't really do much because she's laid up. Yeah. I just tell her jokes.
Right. Yeah. So, but so just to make anyway, they managed to avoid a catastrophe down there because they managed to like do rolling blackouts instead of a cascading one where you lose control over everything, right? So if you keep like turning the power off for a few hours to everybody, then you can keep the capacity that you have and you can keep turning it around and spreading it to everyone. And that's what happened in most cases. So most of it was okay, despite, the fact that it's very unusual.
Yeah.
And nobody has the clothes or
on their swimming pools.
Well, right. Yeah, exactly. It's weird because you're not you. Yeah. I got some friends down there. I haven't talked to them, but I guess they're all okay because nobody posted anything
Maybe you
drastic.
should get him on as guest next week to tell us what happened. Yeah, we need some international guests as well, hey? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more.
Okay.
Oh, who's that little monkey?
This is Kilo.
So when he drinks his tea, he's down low.
Is that a border dog or is that one of yours?
A border dog? What do you mean a border dog? No, this is one of mine.
Okay.
Aw, look at
One of my
loves
crazy,
the mama. Loves the mama.
crazy little chihuahua.
Feed me. Where's my sandwich, Mama? I'm hungry.
So, did you all see that? Apparently, in Saskatchewan, they're doing like live music with the plexiglass screen and everything. Just like
I read something about it. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
You want to go do a gig there?
Sure. Let's go. As soon as Wanda's cleared.
It's a long drive, I can tell you that.
It's a long drive, so if she's not over it, you're gonna get it, Bob. I honestly, I'm sick right now. I don't know enough about anything, and I thought, I'm not taking this chance. Like, they told me I have to isolate even if I'm negative,
Right.
because I was in contact with her just to be safe. And
I thought you were going to say naked.
if I felt like 100%, maybe I'd cut it short, but I don't, so I'm not taking that chance. What can I say, Mac? I'm just going to stay home and do core exercises for my 6-pack in 6 weeks promotion.
Like, wait, when like, do you have any insight on what's the threshold that's somebody gotta make things go back to normal?
I think you should judge by the way you feel.
That's not the problem. It's the your ability to what you're.
Oh, Michael's trying to get on and it won't open on his phone.
Oh, like, what do you mean? What are you saying, Bob? What are you asking me?
Sorry.
I'm asking you is like, what's the threshold that, like, so you feel a little sick and they say, oh, well, isolate right away, as if you had COVID.
Oh, no, this is the kind of sick that you don't want to go anywhere.
Right.
Like I'm, and it's it's something, it feels like, it doesn't feel normal. It feels like it could kick your ass if it wanted to.
And yet your hair is fabulous. I don't know how you can.
My hair goes like this no matter what I do. This is how I wash it, and I put 2 curls in. 1, 2. That's it. That's my effort. Sometimes 3 curls. I don't know. I'm just blessed with good hair. It's just, and I got lots. I have makeup on too, right?
The point is, you even if you don't feel like going somewhere, and you have to go, like, say, oh, I ran out of vitamin D because I want to make sure that I'm okay on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't even go to the pharmacy.
No, and
under
I have
normal circumstances you could.
Yeah, and my man is out of town. He's been out of town since Christmas.
Not
right?
everybody. Yeah, well, not everybody has that luxury either.
I have no one like really to go to the store for me because I don't know. I'm kind of by myself here. It's sad.
Right.
Big whip.
And
I can't go to the store and get chocolate, which is probably a good thing.
Kelly.
Here you go. There's a business right there. Chocolate delivery for all the girls like Kelly who are just like
the COVID diet.
Kelly, keep your eye on that because Michael's trying to get in for some reason. I don't know. I just sent them the link again.
Yeah.
I don't know if
the internet kind of sucks. I haven't seen anything pop up yet. I actually get a sound. It goes boop, like a submarine. Boop. Like that. Boop.
Hey, are you watching the comments that are going by?
Bob says it sucks that they won't cash a check at a sperm bank. So he went to the food bank and the same thing. He goes, does anybody want some bananas? Or I think he said Franks and beans, maybe.
What?
Oh my God.
Did I miss that?
What?
Oh.
Right here. And I added Franks and beans. I made that up though.
Stay Simmons, why doesn't she come on? Her and Adele, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, Stacy, you and Adele should come on here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hi, Bunny.
Bunny, you should come on here too and tell us about your travels.
Yeah.
I'll give you a tarot card reading someday. Wanda, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, is your makeup wearing off yet? How many layers did you put
No,
on?
but my eyelash fell off.
I know, that's funny. I wish, for a joke, I'd like to stick one just to my cheek or something. You know, like football players, you could put that magnet eyeliner like a football player and put your eyelashes down there.
Well, Bunny's down, but not live, she said.
Not live. Dead?
Down.
Look at the, no, I mean, not
hi, Jesse.
dead.
I just keep saying hi to everybody. Look, I'm alive. I'm alive.
I'm alive. She's alive. Well, maybe not now. I heard that cough. It wasn't the cough that carried him off. It was the coffin they carried him off in.
Jesus.
Hey, you know, you gotta laugh. You can't just I think laughter I always feel better after we get together and visit here.
Okay, Michael says he got it to work.
Oh well, I don't see his ass in nowhere yet. Come on in. He's probably in and stuff.
It's asking for mic cam access. We're not ready for that. What?
Yeah, he's got to allow the mic and cam access.
You can just put up what do you call it? Not avatar. You can put an avatar.
Oh, he wants to watch only.
You know, that's weird. Then why'd you come in?
Is he there?
No. He's lying to you, Wanda. Just like the government is. No, just kidding. I'm joking. That picture behind Bob, though, that's freaky, eh?
That's it's Wanda's makeup job. Like that could be again. Like I wish I had you around for like Halloween to do my makeup, because my makeup, it always looks like I did it with the biggest marker possible, right? And just the big blotches of.
Anytime, Bob. Anytime.
Absolutely no finesse in it. Although
no finesse.
No finesse.
I'm gonna look at my photos and see, because I know. Oops, damn it! Where'd they go?
No,
I know in my photos I have a picture of Bob with makeup on like that.
Like that?
Wait, let me look. Here, I'll share with you, and then we'll look. Share. I don't know how to do it now. I forgot. I've lost my.
Michael's gonna try. He just needs a couple minutes.
What's he gonna? Is he actually gonna? Oh, he's probably gonna do his makeup and you know how it is.
His hair.
Yeah. There we go. Can you see?
That's Bob with makeup on.
Oh wait, that's no. I'm gonna look and see.
Oh.
Here, do you see mine?
Where is the Halloween one? I thought it'd be more fun to flip through. Oh, there's me, you, and Trody. Lots of pictures of me looking like I'm farting on stage, eh? There's us playing together. That's not happening. Yeah. Oh, don't look at that. That's me and my friend.
Hi, Meg. Hi, MJ. Hi, Joy.
This picture was when we used to play at Plato's. And we went there and they said, oh, yeah, you're not playing anymore. So we went on the Friday that we were supposed to play there so that in case anyone showed up. so we could say goodbye to them. So we
Right.
went there and had some drinks and see them pretend crying there. Well, I really was crying on the inside, but that was that picture was. I'm
and
scared. The next trip.
and grab the gear that was set up.
Yeah. Me and Wanda. Here's okay. We don't want to. I don't know what's on this. I'm not gonna stop because
Are we gonna see some nudes?
I don't know.
See, this is what happens when you test negative for corona. You lose your mind.
You know what? I have felt kind of mindless.
There's so many stories I hear from people. So many stories like, that. Like years from now, this is going to affect you and your mind's not going to be the same. And I'm like, what? Oh, here was another one. I had somebody say to me that, so when I had the nose swab done, they said, I hope you didn't get the nose swab done. And I was like, why? Well, they put microchips on those,
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, it was a Q-tip. I seen them take it out of the package. Oh, there's Bob's makeup.
Yeah, there you are, Bob.
Who did your makeup, Bob?
Aye.
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 That reminds me of a Muppet.
Now you know why I have a Wonder Woman cup. Because I like to dress up like Wonder Woman.
Kind of makes me think of a Muppet. Looks like a Muppet puppet.
Where does your chin end and your face begin? Look at all the blood. Bob, what did you do? Did you eat a person before you went there?
Oh, that one.
Did you have like the zombie flesh-eating disease?
Yeah.
No, I had the big dull crayon trying to do makeup disease.
I've had a few of those when I'm drinking.
It's funny. I'm going through some of these pictures and I can just see how many times we're wearing like green hats and all these. So you can see it's St. Patty's and craziness. But a lot of them are me too. And I don't want people to see all my pictures because some of them are pretty boring.
Oh, because your
Make
hair.
sure you don't put the nudes up, okay? No nudes.
Yeah, no nudes.
Flipping through Facebook.
You know what? Looking at all these pictures sure reminds me of all the fun we've had so far. Oh, someone's coming in. What?
Or all the fun that we're being deprived of.
Yeah.
Hey! How's Jen doing?
She's down for the count.
Is she?
She's getting better slowly.
How long ago was she diagnosed, Mike?
Oh my God. Like a month ago?
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit more than a month ago.
So she got it bad then. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Not as bad as some, but
like how long did it take for her to get bad? Was it bad from the beginning or was it like a week or so?
No, it was I want to say that the doctor said that day 10 you either clear it and your life is somewhat normal or things get interesting. And as of
one of them go
yeah, but I think she said it was just kind of like a cold up until day 11. And then she ended up with some pneumonia in one of her lungs.
Right.
Yeah, see, I'm on day 7, and that's what it's been like. flu, cold, kind of. And yeah, I know Jen sent me a message today, and she said, be careful on, day 9 and 10. Just be careful.
Yeah. And I think she was talking with the doctor regularly. So the great part about that, obviously, is, when it got bad, or she couldn't stop coughing, she called and they're just like, well, go to the ER right now. And they were able to catch it early. So it could have been.
Yeah, they call every day. Like they're really good that way. And can you got put into one of the COVID hotels, did you not?
I sure did.
Why was that? Right. Why did they put you in a COVID hotel?
Well, so when Jen got sick, we didn't know what it was, but I was busy working at the studio. So I just didn't come home for a couple of days. And by Thursday, we found out she was diagnosed with COVID. So I just decided to stay at the studio because the Alberta Health didn't want me to get my test until 2 days after that. because they
Right.
wanted to, they wanted to make sure that it had, as the nurse said, time to fester, so that I wouldn't get a negative reading when I might be positive. So
Right.
I isolated. I went and got my test. 7 hours later, they told me I was negative. So if I was positive, I would have come home to Jen, but because I was negative, I couldn't go home. So the
Right.
option was send Jen packing to a hotel, to the COVID hotel, or I go to the COVID hotel because it's just part of the hotel isolation program.
Right. Yeah. The protocol.
Yeah. So I did, and I ended up there for 14 days just because the complications after, they weren't sure when she was done. So,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely like, it's a challenge. Like because I know like Jen messaged me today and she said, like, just be cautious of day 9 and 10. And, like from the start of this with me, it's been cold and flu and cold and flu and cold and flu and cold and flu. Nothing's been really consistent other than my teeth actually became really sensitive the first day.
Oh.
And that's the only thing that's been really consistent. But other than that, it's been like fever, hot and cold, coughing one day, heavy chest one day, really tired next day. It's all over the place. It's like, holy shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I
want
thought
to say
maybe sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I thought maybe when Wanda told me her teeth hurt, I told her that I thought maybe it was because in the beginning I was so stressed about what's coming once you've been diagnosed. I thought maybe she'd been clenching or sinuses or something.
I asked the nurse about it today, and she said that a lot of people have reported the same thing, that their teeth get sensitive.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like every day is a new adventure.
See,
Yeah,
I'm sick. I feel sick and I feel wiped and it's unexplainable. And I keep feeling like I'll feel like a cold's coming on and then I'll do all my remedies, my
negative
neti potting and ginger and all that. And then I feel better for a bit. And every time I feel it trying to come back, I keep doing those things. But it comes in waves. I feel okay. Then so, and I was tested negative. So I don't know about the test. I just want to be safe. And they told me that I should, isolate. And I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Honestly,
for sure.
I'm glad I did because I feel like shit.
Oh, that's terrible.
But it's okay. Like, I'm okay, but I'm not. Like,
so with Jen, did they give her like a date? Like with me, they said, oh, as of February 27th, you should pretty much be good to go. But it's kind of your own recognizance. If you feel that you still have any of the symptoms, you're required to still stay home, eh?
Yeah, that's right. I think after day 10, they say that it should be cleared, but and your isolation should be over. But if you're still showing any symptoms, then you can't. Which is why I ended up getting that extended stay in that hotel.
Right.
So they put you up in a hotel so that you didn't get it? Is that it?
Yeah. Well, so the hotel isolation program is if you have it or if you're in a situation where you can't go to a place because somebody at your place has it, then they put you up in a hotel for the duration of the quarantine to make sure that you don't get into contact with anybody. So I didn't see anybody at all for 14 days. I was locked in a hotel room. They delivered food to my door. And
nice.
Yeah. Was it as horrible as some people say? The food's absolutely ridiculous. No,
great. I wrote all about it actually. I did like 6 articles called Camp COVID.
Nice.
They got picked up by CBC and Global and.
Oh, nice.
You guys do a podcast, don't you?
Drop Bear and Panda Save the World.
Oh, there you go. So it's right there. Drop Bear and Panda. Google Drop Bear and Panda Save the World. Listen to your podcast because it's nice to hear it from someone you kind of know or you know that they live in the same city as you, and you want to hear what the process is like. You want to hear what's going through your mind because, man, I'm telling you, I kept it when I first thought I might have it and even when I got the negative test, I still felt like the answer wasn't right.
Well, I did hear from some people that if you get the nasal swab, one nostril can test negative and one can test positive, which is weird. But
I didn't get that. I got the throat one. I didn't.
yeah.
I couldn't imagine anything going up my nose. I don't know why. Everyone's different, but that
I
was
had both done. I had the throat swab, but the rapid test. I had the nasal swab.
I had
and
the anal swab too. Just, that came out negative.
the nurse every day, she calls me and she says that there's nothing on record from the nasal swab yet. Nothing.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I
put
thought.
my anal swab in his pocket though, so I think.
Jesus.
Save it for
And
later.
then I saw it on eBay.
Oh God, Kelly.
Wow.
I know. You know what? It's scary, and like I said, my neck got stuck, and then you can't go to your chiropractor because you're isolated. Whatever, right? I'm just saying, it's just a constant stress
Speaking
for
of,
me, and I'm by myself. So I'm just walking around talking to myself. Like,
hold on. Oh my God. Something's happening to my phone and I don't know what it is.
we can see you though.
I might have to punch out here.
Okay. Well, everybody needs to check out your podcast, though. Tell them again what your podcast is.
Yeah, check out Drop Bear and Panda Save the World. Episode 82 was when Jen just got sick, and then we had to take a month off. So 83 is the first time back in the studio, which was last weekend, and then we've got another one coming up this weekend.
Yeah, and anybody's looking for it. I posted 83 on my Facebook page. You check it out. So
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you. I don't know if you can hear me. My sounds like a monster.
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's weird.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Okay, thank you guys.
Hi to Jen. Hugs.
Oh, sorry. If I hit a button, it has a delay before he disappears, and then he starts talking. It looks like I'm being rude, but it's the thing. It takes a second, right, Bob?
So what band is he in, or what he's drum? What is he? A drummer? Or?
No, Michael is he does like podcasts and commercials. 1 second, I'm gonna private message you a link to him. Okay.
Well, why don't we just get him back on and he can explain it himself?
Is he? I don't think he's there. Is he?
Bob, I don't know if you noticed, but he said that his audio was going and he couldn't tell if he couldn't really hear us or communicate proper, so he was leaving. So that's why.
So he is the creative director at Make More Creative. Also, he's done visual communications. He was a director.
Can you post it in our comments? Then maybe they can just look there.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the link to the actual podcast that they do.
Dun dun dun.
This is like locally here in Calgary.
Yeah. Well, when the pandemic first hit, and I was making masks, actually, Michael and Jen bought some of the masks off me that I was making, and they created a Facebook page where people could go to, or a little website that people could go to, and they could purchase masks from all kinds of different people that made them, which was really cool. Like they're totally supported with local stuff, right?
Right.
Like it's fantastic. I'm just trying to find the link so I can post it for their podcasts. I'm having a problem finding it. Are you trying to find it as well?
I kind of
not high.
Not I.
It looked like there was a mic stand right behind him, so I was just kind of wondering if.
Oh.
But the mic
I don't
stand.
know if that was a mic. Maybe that wasn't a mic stand. Maybe it was a plant stand. Or well, he does a podcast, so the mic stand would definitely be for that, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
He didn't get an anal swab, but
Oh, geez.
I highly recommend it. It's very accurate. I'm going to start rumors. People aren't going to go for tests because they're going to do an anal. The anal swab is to see
For more side effects,
you've been up to.
if none of your side effects seem to line up with the official story, ask Kelly, because she's definitely got some
Side effects, yeah, mental incapacitated. You know what though? I do feel like I can't.
You can't poop now?
What? Can't boot me
I'm
out?
sending you something, Kelly, because I don't recall how to put things up here. So I'm going to send it to you, and I'll let you put it up.
Can't boot me out? Is that what you said?
No.
No.
There.
How now?
There. This is about their Save the World podcast.
La la la. Where are we?
I sent it to you yourself, and you.
Blank.
But yeah, they do some great podcasts. You guys really need to check them out. Like, they talk about all kinds of great stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm always on the hunt for some more interesting conversations.
Yeah.
What do you say? We're not very interesting?
No, this is good. But
There we go.
But the anal thing, you didn't like that.
Up Bear and Panda save the world.
It just seemed like you were stuck in the mud there and you couldn't get out of it.
Pardon the pun, eh?
Yeah.
Stuck in the mud. There was corn in my mud, which was weird.
See, guys, did you see that? That's really cool, though. Like, they're getting all these awards and stuff, and
nice.
Right on.
We'll get Michael back and get him and Jen to talk about what they do like, when she's feeling better.
Yeah, like it's.
Look, it says original.
For sure.
It says original music and lyrics.
I can't even see. Yeah, there we go.
I can't even see. Maybe that's a symptom.
Oh,
Wanda.
I'm blind.
I'm blind. It's okay. You know what? I think that I don't know. I'm glad that we could just talk about it and share our side of it. And I definitely wanted to ask Mike those questions because I wanted to know some of the stuff too. Like, for example, like, because it seems kind of hanging around and it's like day 9 or right?
7.
No, day 8.
For who? For me?
For me, it's day 8 because it's the last contact I had with her. So for me, I'm on day 8, technically, right? Even though I'm negative, my test is negative, I haven't been feeling that great. And so, yeah.
It happened before without any of the hype of like this novel situation.
Yeah, but that's why I wanted to ask questions. Like, for example, day 10.
Yeah, but do you want to get railroaded into a 14-day in a hotel situation?
Hey.
When you can just do it at home?
There's nobody in my house.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm saying.
I'm alone, man. Nobody.
We're all here for you, Kelly.
Right. I talk to my man every night. That's it.
We can do this off air, just amongst us, anytime you need to.
Yeah, that's true. I'm almost due for my family get together. Hillbilly stories. No, just kidding. We're not hillbillies. We're pretty funny though. Oh my god. So I do this with my family once a month. They're all in Ontario. It's kind of
right.
It's nice because my mom and her siblings all get to see each other, and so I'm forcing them all to visit each other. They normally wouldn't just
like that. That is
technology and do it right.
When you're saying, one of the things that's like incredibly positive about this day and age, that is one of them. Like I'm paying major phone bills just to call my girlfriend in Montreal when I was in Quebec City, for example. And it's like, and you're still like looking at the stopwatch going, okay, we can only talk for 20 minutes because otherwise it's going to hit $100, right?
Yeah. Now you can have a nap together.
Okay. I got a story for you on that one. So back in those days, this was like just 1990. Yeah, 1990. One of my roommates, he got one of those first cell phones that was like the huge army brick that you see in the movies, right? The thing that's like this big, right? And so his bedroom was off off like the first bedroom right by the kitchen. And so we're all hanging out in the kitchen, and then suddenly he gets a phone call from his girlfriend. And he's all dressed up, ready to go out, right? And so he goes in his bedroom and is lying on his bed, and he's talking to her for a while. And so eventually we're like, all right, we're gonna leave him. We're gonna let him have some privacy. And so we go out Friday night. Right? We go out. We come back at like 1:30 in the morning. He's still lying on the bed like the way we left him, right? We find out the next day that she thought he was getting all hot and heavy over the phone, and this was going to be a little fun moment until she realized he was actually snoring. So she hangs up, but the damn thing didn't hang up. He ended up with like a $300 bill for like being on the phone for like 4 hours while he passed out on the bed because his phone didn't hang up, right? Because it's the early days of cell phone. I was like, oh my God. Talking to your girlfriend and falling asleep while you're talking to your girlfriend. And then getting a massive phone bill after that just because you were passed out instead of hanging up and paying attention to the conversation that was going on. So yeah, that was that.
Hey, here's something too Bob just mentioned, guys, about did anybody see anything in the sky this morning?
I'm not allowed out of my house. Just kidding.
Wasn't there a meteor? Where did it land?
Well, no, okay. I kind of heard about that. I saw something this afternoon. Turns out, I think it was
part of the shuttle.
No. It was just a transformer that blew because someone said, "Oh, that coincided with the power outage that was up in the Northwest." I think.
No way.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, but that's unverified information. It was just like, so, when someone said, "Oh, that corresponded with the power outage," it's like, "Oh, okay," like an orangey, yeah.
Yeah, everybody was like, "Oh my God!" It's a lot of "Oh my God" moments these days, eh?
Well, Wanda, I think we should put you to bed.
Yes, perhaps, eh?
I'm glad you came on.
Well, you did pretty good. How you feeling now? Like you?
I'm okay. As the evening progresses, my throat starts to hurt me again, and I start getting hot and cold.
That could be something else.
No. Not uterus wars.
Oh, we couldn't finish a podcast without that word coming out, didn't we?
You know what? If you can't say uterus at least once a day, what are you?
Oh, I lost my eyelash. Where did it go?
That's a second eyelash you've lost. She lost one in her car too.
I'm not so good with these magnetic things.
Next thing you know, we will have started a full-on rumor that like you get COVID and your eyelashes.
Okay. They're the magnet eyelashes, if anyone's wondering that she's talking about her eyelash. Because that sounds kind of funny.
Yeah.
And so you got to do all your makeup and then put that liner on last. So it's the top. You did that? Okay, maybe I usually put a couple rounds of it on.
I don't.
Like
just to make it nice and thick. It's nice.
So you're losing your magnetic center, basically. Another side effect. There we go. We can start.
I can take one of mine off if you want to see.
Oh no, that's gross.
I got magnet armpit hair too. Hang on.
I want to thank everybody for helping me out and through this isolation. Oh my God.
Isolation.
Yeah. Well, just keep sending me treats. I'll accept all treats.
So if you want to make sure Wanda's alive, leave things on her doorstep and then go back in a few hours. If it's gone, she's okay.
Candy, flowers, money, clothing, shoes, boots, purses.
Shoe boot.
He's gonna have to I'm gonna have to raid a thrift store for that.
Yeah. Chris, yeah, that's what we want is used clothing right now. Thanks, Bob.
They wash it, or you're supposed to wash it.
They don't wash it. I found things in the pockets.
You're supposed to wash the damn
you're supposed
things.
to wash it.
Yeah, they go, oh, it looks pretty clean.
You're supposed to
Can't
wash
wash
it.
all that. Some of the stuff would be ruined. They'd have to have it dry.
Well, no, but you're supposed to. If you buy it, don't you wash it
Oh,
first?
yeah.
Okay.
I thought you meant, yeah, nothing.
Something about poop and uterus or whatever. Uteri. What's the plural?
Poop. There's poop in your uterus, dear Liza. Dear Liza.
Oh my god. Shut this down before it gets.
There's a hole in my poop, dear Liza. A hole.
Was it la 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 la?
Okay, I'm so glad we had this time
Together.
to sing a song and talk about COVID and glue.
Okay, so next week we're not going to talk about this though, right?
No, next week. Hey, next week, guys. Sage Road.
Go right on.
Sage Rhodes is coming next week. Awesome.
And Sean is coming on as well.
Sean.
Sean. I probably pronounced his name wrong. Titleman. How do you pronounce his name?
Oh, it's Sage and Sean. Okay, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Got
There
it.
you go. And don't you have somebody, Kelly?
What?
Don't you have somebody?
Well, we'll see because it requires some recording. So if we can get the recording done, then I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can coerce John Sinclair or somebody to come on here too.
Yeah. Huh?
Sure.
Right, John?
Johnny. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Did you see? Did
We're
you?
just gonna start throwing names out there and making y'all feel guilty.
We're just gonna announce people are coming, and they kind of got it because we announced it.
That's right. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Alice Cooper will be here next week.
I'll
All right.
call John up and it'll be like, hey, so you're on next week, right?
And the mayor.
Did you see his rendition of Fly By Night? Did you hear it?
That was awesome.
Yeah. I was surprised. I've heard him sing and I was still like, wow.
Oh my God, he can hit notes that I could never, ever, ever hit. Like, holy shit, girlfriend.
That's
Oh, I
from
know.
a 10-speed accident that he can hit those. No, just kidding. I made that up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see you guys. Have a good night.
Maybe.
I love you all. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.